to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, I hope you're here to stay. My name is Michelle, and in today's video I'm gonna be giving you guys study tips. So in this video I'm gonna be teaching you guys everything you need to know in order to get above 5 distinctions in high school. But keep in mind that what works for me might not work for you, but everything is possible as long as you believe. That's my motto. So before that, let me give you guys a little story time, my story. Am I a top learner? Why am I making this video, and why should you listen to me? So as far as I can remember, I've always been a top learner since primary and going into high school as well, grade 8 and grade 9. I was getting those distinctions, I was getting those 90s. I was that learner, you know. But then things started going downhill in grade 10. Nobody prepared me for what I went through academically in 10th grade. My marks just started dropping, and I started blaming it on the subjects I chose. Because back in grade 10, I wanted to study medicine. And to study medicine, I had to choose the science stream. So I was doing life sciences, physical sciences, pure mathematics, and accounting. I was doing well. I was still doing well in accounting, but maths and physical sciences had me on chokehold. Guys, I would barely get a level 6 back in grade 10. For maths and physics, it will always be level 4, level 5, level 4, level 5. And I was just like, is this my downfall? That was such a humbling experience for somebody who grew up being a top learner. I feel like a lot of people stopped believing in me, saying that, oh, she has failed. We knew this was going to happen to her, you know, things like that. And it really affected my self-esteem. So going into grade 11, I made it a point to improve my marks. I remember I started attending extra classes. I bought study guides, but still my marks weren't really that good. Yeah, I was getting level 6 and a level 7, but I wanted my marks to be level 7s only. And I didn't know what I was doing wrong during that time, but now that I think about it, I wasn't really consistent in my studies. I didn't study that hard, but I still expected to get excellent marks, but I wasn't actually putting in the effort that was needed. So going into grade 12, I decided to change that, and that is why I am sitting here proudly making this video. Why should you listen to me, you may ask, if I'm saying in grade 10 I was collecting level 4s and level 5s, and in grade 11 I was barely getting excellent marks. You should listen to me because I changed my life in grade 12. I literally changed my life in grade 12. I consistently maintained an average of 80% and above throughout all the 4 terms. I maintained an average of 80% and above throughout all the 4 terms. Clock that. Without wasting any time, let's get straight into the purpose of today's video, because one thing about me, child, when I start talking, I will never shut up. So tip number 1, which is the most important tip in today's video, if you want to get something from today's video, then get this tip from me. You can switch on to another video, you can stop watching this video, but please get this tip from me so that you can say, okay, Michelle said I should do this. It is the most important thing in my academic career, because it is. Okay, so tip number 1 is pray and involve God in your academics. Pray and involve God in your academics. God will be the one to help you figure this academic thing out. God will be the one to protect you from wars that are coming to affect your brain. God is the one that is going to help you understand your study material. I know this sounds a bit off for some of you, but that is the truth of my story, okay? Involve God in your academics. Tell God your goals. Tell God that, okay, now that I'm going to matric, God, these are my goals. This is what I want to achieve. I want to be in the top 5. I want to get into this university. And trust me, guys, God will come through for you. I'm going to read Philippians 4 verse 13. It says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You can rephrase this verse and say, I can get all distinctions through Christ who strengthens me. Pray when you enter that exam room, because a lot can happen in an exam room, okay? Pray when you get into that exam room. Pray when you come out. Pray at the beginning of each and every study session that you have, and you'll be good to go. Trust me. Moving over to tip number 2, which is the golden tip. This is the golden tip. If you don't grasp this tip, then all the things I'm gonna be telling you after will be useless. Everything will be useless if you don't grasp the tip that I'm gonna be giving you right now, which is discover your learning style. So we have 4 types of learners, or we have 4 types of learning styles. Number 1, you can be a visual learner, you can be an auditory learner, you can be a reading and writing learner, and you can be a kinesthetic learner. And so you have to discover which learner you are amongst these 4 learners. And in order to discover that, you have to try being all these learners. You have to try being all these learners, and after that you gotta discover which learner you are. Okay, so let me explain to you what and no, even if you are watching this in matric and your year has already started, and you'll be like, oh, but it's way too late for that. No, it's never too late. Do not allow people to tell you that. No, it's never too late. So I'm gonna start with the visual learner. So basically, when you're a visual learner, you learn or you retain information better by seeing the material. So how do you apply this in your study routine? You apply this in your study routine by making your notes colorful, by creating diagrams and mind maps, by using flashcards, by pasting things on your wall so that each and every morning when you wake up, it is the first thing you see. That is how you apply visual learning in your academic life. And number 2, we have the auditory learner. These are the smartest learners I know. I don't want to lie to you because I just can't do it. Okay, so the auditory learner, basically when you're an auditory learner, you learn better by listening to the material. You retain information better by listening to it. So how do you apply this? You apply this by paying attention in class, paying attention to each and everything your teacher is saying. And because you're an auditory learner, the minute you start paying attention, you're done. You're done. That is why I'm saying auditory learners are the smartest learners I know, because I remember in high school we used to have these learners. They didn't really study, and when you ask them for study techniques, they'll tell you, I just listen in class. And you would think they're lying, but yes, it happens. You can be that learner, guys. All you have to do is pay attention in class, and during your free time when you're at home and you want to study, basically what you have to do is watch a YouTube video or listen to a YouTube video. You don't even have to look at the person who's talking, just listen to the YouTube video and then you're done. You'll be fine. So YouTube videos that I recommend, these are the YouTube channels that I used to watch, Michelle, used to watch. Okay, so first, Kevin Merton Science. I like him so much. I like his jokes. Yes. And the Amuba sisters. Is that how it is pronounced? Yes, I think so. The Amuba sisters for life sciences. So let me tell you something about myself. I didn't really like life sciences in high school. It was just a boring subject for me, so I needed a teacher who would make it fun, you know. So the Amuba sisters did that for me. Love them so much. And number 3, this is my most favorite channel, guys. I love this guy, the organic chemistry tutor. He does maths, chemistry, and physics, sometimes even life sciences. That guy is very smart, I'm telling you. So the organic chemistry tutor, watch the organic chemistry tutor if you want long-term understanding, especially in maths. For maths, there are topics that you have to run with those topics for your entire academic life. So I highly recommend the organic chemistry tutor for long-term understanding. Let me tell you something. In grade 10, I didn't understand how to factorize trinomials. I'm telling you, that was so difficult for me. And I remember I went to watch the organic chemistry tutor, and I didn't have to rewatch the video many times. I watched it only once and I grasped it. Even right now, 3 years later, give me a trinomial and say, Michelle, factorize this. I'll factorize it for you because of the organic chemistry tutor. So I highly recommend that guy. Don't watch him when you have an exam tomorrow, because the organic chemistry tutor is not for people who memorize. You have to go there looking for understanding. And then the 4th one is Miss Angler for life sciences, and she gives very good exam tips as well. Some people recommend Mlungisi Nkosi as well. I never watched Mlungisi Nkosi. I didn't watch Mlungisi Nkosi, but a lot of my classmates did watch Mlungisi Nkosi, and they said he was really good. So try him out. And the 4th learner is the reading and writing learner. That was me. Okay, so the reading and writing learner, basically you just have to find a textbook, a study guide, you read through it, you take your highlighter, you highlight the important points, and then you make your notes. So this is a game changer for me. This is what I was doing wrong in grade 10, because I listened to people. I listened to certain people actually. There were people, like when you're in high school, there are people, even teachers will tell you that you don't have to take notes in mathematics. You don't have to take notes in mathematics. All you have to do is listen and do exercises. So I listened to them and I got bad marks in maths. I'm a reading and writing learner. So what I had to be doing during that time is taking notes for maths. And that's what I started doing in grade 12. I had 4 maths notebooks for each and every term. I took notes for each and every topic. Yes, I made notes for maths. And when I started doing that, I started collecting distinctions in maths like that. So please know the type of learner you are before you go around listening to people telling you, oh, you can't take notes in maths, they're not gonna help you. They helped me, okay? Like, I was a big note taker. I used to have for life sciences, I used to use these A3 blank papers, and I would write my notes on those for the entire topic and just read it over and over and over and over again until I understand it. I'm a reading and writing learner, and you may find that you're a reading and writing learner too. But one thing about being a reading and writing learner is that you have to be consistent, okay? Don't be an enemy of studying, because note taking takes a lot of time. I don't want to lie to you. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you discover that you're a reading and writing learner. So the 4th learner we're gonna cover today is the kinesthetic learner. This reminds me of a friend of mine. She used to tell me that in order to understand something when she's studying, she has to stand up and walk around while reading the material. I remember she would do this in class as well. She'd just stand up with her notes in hand, walk around while reading the material. So yeah, basically when you are a kinesthetic learner, you learn by moving. You learn by acting out the material. Just do your research on that, because it was not my thing, so I don't know a lot about being a kinesthetic learner. Tip number 3 is figure out when your brain works best. How do you do this, you may ask? You have to ask yourself, do I study better in the early mornings, like 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m.? Do I study better during the afternoon around 2 p.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m.? Do I study better at night around 11 p.m., 10 p.m.? Just discover when your brain works best. For myself, I didn't study around 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. or else I wouldn't understand a thing. I prefer studying in the early mornings because one thing about me, when it comes to studying, I want to be in a very quiet environment. And in the AMs, you won't even hear a bird chirping outside. So that's what I prefer. So figure out when your brain works best, and then you'll be good to go. Tip number 4, study guides. Please buy your study guides. For mathematics, I would highly recommend the Maths Handbook and Study Guide. I will insert it somewhere here in this video. For accounting, I recommend you buying the accounting cheat sheet, Miss Engler's accounting cheat sheet. I highly recommend you get that. You can get it as a PDF, but I didn't tell you that. But you can get it as a PDF. And another thing I recommend for accounting is the accounting handbook and the accounting answer series. Yeah, the accounting answer series is the best of them all, but no, I think the best is the accounting cheat sheet. Just figure out how you're gonna get yours. But I didn't tell you that you can get it as a PDF. I didn't tell you that, okay? And then for physical sciences, I highly recommend the physical sciences answer series. When I say answer series, is these red and white study guides. I'll insert them in this video. Make sure you get your study guides, and then you'll be good to go. For life sciences, I recommend Exam Fever. Yeah, please buy the Exam Fever study guide. That is so good, I'm telling you. Buy the Exam Fever study guide and the life sciences answer series. Okay? Yes. Number 5, interact with other students. This helped me a lot, especially in my trial and final exams. So what I did, actually, you don't have to interact with smart kids, although that's what people will tell you, but just interact with people who are consistent in studying. A person can be smart, but they're really not that consistent in studying, and you will be asking yourself, okay, so how do they do it? Stay away from such people. They have their own way of studying. Just find people who are consistent in studying, okay? I remember I heard these 2 girls would say, we're gonna wake up and study at 2 a.m. and they would call me, Michelle, wake up and study, stuff like that. That really helped me a lot in my trial and final exams when I didn't have the energy to wake myself up. So find people like that, create study groups if you can, where you share materials and stuff like that. What I'm trying to say is, do not isolate yourself from your fellow classmates, okay? And tip number 6 is study ahead. This is a big game changer for me, especially for mathematics, okay? The reason why I kept giving mathematics as an example is because the subject was a little bit hard for me in high school, especially maths paper 2. So I found that studying ahead really helped me a lot. Study ahead of your teacher. If your teacher is doing functions this week, start on Euclidean geometry. Maybe Euclidean geometry is the topic that your teacher is going to cover next week, so that when your teacher covers Euclidean geometry, you basically have an idea of what Euclidean geometry is, because you already did the topic. So for you, it's like a repetition. Guys, study ahead. I cannot emphasize this enough. And this works well for life sciences as well, like your theory subjects. It works really well. Your business studies, your economics, try by all means to be ahead of your teacher. And if you're in matric and you started studying in December, then you will understand what I'm talking about. It really helps you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Study ahead. Okay, tip number 7, do past papers. Yeah, some people say this is the golden tip if you're in high school, but I really don't think so, because I've seen people approaching past papers the wrong way. Like, you're doing past papers because you have to do past papers. So let me tell you something. If you do not understand a certain topic, please do not rush to do past papers, because in South Africa I feel like the way they set exams it has changed. I don't know why, but it has changed. It's no longer the same. Back then you would do your past papers and they would repeat questions in the exams, but nowadays they no longer do that. So don't do past papers with the thought that the question paper is gonna come. No, please don't do that. Just do past papers to familiarize yourself with the template of the exam and to check if you understand the topic. But one thing I'll say to you is that do not rush into doing past papers when you know very well that you didn't understand the material. And also, let's say tomorrow I'm writing mathematics and then I start doing math past papers today. I do like 5 past papers today when I'm writing mathematics tomorrow. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let me tell you, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. So past papers, do past papers every day, man. Like, do past papers every day, so that when your exam arrives, you have already covered like 10 past question papers that you understand. Okay? Yes. And tip number 8, find extra help. I did this as well. The first 6-7 months of my matric year, I was attending extra classes. So if you have the means to attend extra classes, please do. Or you can find tutors online, attend online extra classes, or attend in-person extra classes. There's a bit exhausting, I don't wanna lie, but it really helps, because you may find that your extra lessons teacher covers something that your teacher at school didn't even cover. So it helps in that regard. So if you have the means to attend extra classes, please do attend extra classes. And a bonus tip, please believe in yourself. Everything is possible as long as you believe. You can do this. You can get into your dream university. You can even go to the nationals. Just stay consistent, study every day, and everything will be well for you. That's it from me, you guys. Bye, and I'll see you next time. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share this video with your friends.